if that's a male vocal under her, or is it just it is male?
Yep. Is it just pitched down her, or is it Andy, or is it another guy, or? It's pitched cheekily, yes.
So the main vocal is pitched up male. Get the fuck out.
There's
really?
a bit of pitched up male, female. It's all sort of happening. It's a gender fluid vocal.
I thought it was a female, but maybe with a pitched up.
Yeah. There is female, yes.
There is female.
Yeah,
Can you stop being so cryptic?
I'm not being cryptic.
Oh, what am I listening to? God damn it!
There's also leprechaun mixed with...
Leprechaun.
It's Coburg up late. It's Coburg up late.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in the garage tonight. They are true pioneers of the global progressive scene. 1/3 of Infusion, the voice of New Breed, and founder of Vapour Recordings. Together at last under one roof in Coburg. From cinematic techno to smooth breaks and hypnotic house, they've repped Melbourne on dance floors worldwide since the 90s. Please welcome Aussie underground royalty, Jamie Stevens, Kasey Taylor, and Danny Bonnici.
Doof, doof, doof in the air tonight. House music from home never felt so right. Now your neighbors awake in the 3058. It's Coburg late.
Wow, Jamie, you look genuinely terrified. Do you know where you are? Do you need to be returned to your carer? Is that okay? What an honour to have Jamie Stevens, Kasey Taylor, and Danny Bonnici here. How are we doing?
Great, fantastic. How are you?
We're doing good. I feel like we've been here before. Have we? No.
Deja vu.
Okay, well, we're actually going to start with a pop quiz, my friends.
Uh-oh.
When was the last time that the four of us were all in the same room?
10 minutes ago.
Got the answer. Was that,
You didn't make a buzzer noise, so I'm going to give that one to Danny.
I think that might have been the balance gig at Hernan. Was that it?
Oh, fuck, it actually was.
Yes! That's what I was going to say too. I was going to say the same thing.
It's really disappointing because you completely derailed my first point, which is not the balance gig at Hernan. So we're going to put it up. We're going to pretend that never happened, and I'm going to put it over to... Has anyone got another buzzer noise? Yes, yes, Jamie.
15 minutes ago.
Yes. All right. Also correct, and also immediately derailing me. Kasey, you better not fuck with me this time.
Uh-oh.
Okay. It's not 15 minutes ago. It's not, but it is the Balance Hernan gig in Northcote, which was fantastic, by the way. But I'll give you a clue. It was also in Coburg. Wow, we got to get some close-ups of some faces. Look at these thinking men over here.
Do we have ice cream at some point?
It was at the Industreek.
Oh, really?
It was the...
Was that your gig?
Oh, the Infusion New
Yeah.
Was that long
There we
ago?
go.
Yes, that long ago?
Oh, did I play? I played there.
Yeah. So from memory, that was Infusion
Great memory.
and New Breed with Kasey Taylor on
Yes,
as
that's
main
right.
support. It was an amazing gig.
That's right.
What
yeah.
was significant about that show?
Well, it was right in between lockdowns of COVID. So everyone had been locked down for ages. And then we had a 2-week, everyone was out and the gig was right in there.
Yeah.
So that night was electric.
It was
Everyone
Yeah,
was
absolutely. Yeah.
happy to see each other.
Yeah.
Happy
Yeah.
to be there.
It's the first time we'd played for a long, long time.
And even us. Yeah. It was the first time we'd played in at least 10 years.
It was the first time that three of us had been on a bill for
Yeah, together.
a long, long time.
Yeah.
What was the motivation? Why did you decide, okay, we want to get Infusion and New Breed? Was it getting back together? Were you on an indefinite hiatus?
I'm not sure if it was that. I think it was just we wanted to we just wanted to play again. We wanted to...
Well, we had the gig at the Sunny gig, yeah? We had the Sunny gig. Remember there was Sunny
yeah,
and
it was
Phil
like
and Phil
That's
was our third
right.
member at that time.
That's
and that was a
right.
couple of years before.
Yeah, I think that it was all about
And then
let's get back together.
that kind of
it spurred
started
on-
that
you're
kind
right,
of
you're right.
spirit again.
Yeah, it spurred it on.
Yeah.
Spurred on that spirit
Yeah.
of doing it again. But it was a bloody massive undertaking.
Yeah.
Going through sounds,
Oh my God.
relearning to play. I mean, it was massive. It
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
massive undertaking.
Have you guys got the momentum again?
That was how many years ago was that?
No. Yeah, that was 2021, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, no. That was just a one-off thing. It was just when I realised how much work and effort had to go into just doing that one gig.
Oh, fuck that.
Without saying that, yeah.
Never again.
Kasey, how was your experience of that day?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was just great to have, pretty much just great to have the band back together, really, more than anything. Like literally in every sense, just because of like post-COVID or middle of COVID, plus just having, just all of us back together after so long, because we haven't been on the same bill for like years and years.
How far back do the three of you go? Shit. You might expose some ages here, but
98 maybe?
98 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I think something like that sounds about
98.
Maybe
99,
I'd even say earlier than that, possibly.
Sorry?
Could be even earlier than that.
Well, I think we broke out on the scene in like 97.
Yeah.
And because we went to Sunnyside Up at the time, and Phil K blew our minds like 4 a.m.
As he did so well.
Yeah, and that's when we kind of knew that's what we wanted to do. Really.
I think we did. Do we play a bill?
We
on a
played
bill?
together.
We did play together.
Yeah, at Sunny.
Yeah. And that.
At Paladin, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was 98.
Yeah. And that's what kind of sparked
Yeah.
the interest in moving to Melbourne.
Yes.
From Sydney,
Yeah.
where we were, and then we moved in end of 2001. we
Yeah,
moved.
and I mean, Melbourne, I think at the time had probably the most shit going on as far as our sound.
Yeah.
You know?
You can say it. Melbourne's still got the most shit going. Like, this is an old story. Like, you're just taking the culture from Sydney and moving it down here.
Yeah.
Well, at the time, Sydney, we had the Olympics in 2000, right?
Oh, that was that one cultural thing that happened in Sydney that time.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So it's funny. The Olympics were really great, actually. Like it was.
You heard it here
There was
first.
something about the city that was really electric, right? It was really amazing. And then it was like what we called basically a hangover from that point.
Yeah.
And everything just died.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the hell is going on? Like there's so much stuff going on in Melbourne. Let's just
Yeah.
go there. If it doesn't work, we can always move back. But
You didn't go back.
there was just something. Well, I didn't. The other guys did.
The other guys did.
Yeah.
That's true,
Which I understand.
No,
Yeah,
we
they've got
claimed him.
more connections there.
We claimed Jamie.
Yeah.
I remember you used to come, actually, when you were doing that, you used to pop down to the Sunday nights that we were doing at Q Bar.
I was there
around
like
that
almost
time.
every night.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, when we
It
moved.
might have been one of the catalysts for him coming down.
And
Yeah,
around
it's
that
amazing.
time, that's when we started releasing on Vapour as well.
Yeah, that's right.
For those that don't know, Kasey is the founder, owner, and proprietor of global leading record label Vapour Records. It's fantastic.
Still going.
Still going.
Still going. Yep. 1997, that started.
So 30 years.
Yep.
Congratulations.
30
Give
years.
it up for Kasey and Vapour Recordings.
Happy 30th, Kasey.
Oh, thank you. Only if I was that young.
Yeah. Now, I have plenty more questions in relation to Vapour, Infusion, New Breed, and everything else in between. But do you guys want to play some fucking music?
Why not?
Let's go.
Yeah, all right.
Absolutely. Let's do this.
Okay, well, Danny, I believe there's been a little bit of a discussion before we started.
Yeah, we gave Danny the easy job
Why is it the easy job?
because you just got to push start.
I just got to push start. I just got to turn up the volume just like that.
There's no risk in fucking up
I
the
don't
mix.
even need these, which is fantastic.
That's how good he is. He doesn't even need headphones.
Can I just let everybody know I am not a DJ?
You're selling yourself
I'm
short.
just somebody who likes to play music. It's different.
Ah.
This first record that I'm about to play is coming out next week on Strangetown Recordings. It's a remix of Federico EPIS. I believe that's how you...
Yeah,
That's it.
That's good,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
Spanish.
Woo! All right.
Yep.
Let's go.
Everyone's like, I'm putting the microphone down. I'm not talking. Yeah, Phil, I mean, hey, we can have a dance. Let's have a little dance. But by the way, if you feel like saying anything over the course of the next hour, come and pick up a microphone. This is your space.
Pick a microphone, any microphone.
Musical microphones. So, Danny, tell us why you chose this track.
A couple of reasons. I didn't want to start the set here today flat out.
Yep.
And this is in a major key. It's quite uplifting. It's fun. It's a fun record. Sorry?
Hey, Jamie, I can't hear you if you don't have a microphone. Let's try that again.
It's actually easy to mix out of because it ends with drums. So yeah, it's going to be easy for whoever to just,
And it's coming out soon.
And it's coming out next week. Strangetown recording.
And you're already thinking of major key, so you're already thinking of mixing in key. Guys, has there been any philosophizing about how we're going to work this B4B?
We've worked out that there's going to be
Wait. Oh. Sorry, you were saying?
We have worked out that there's potential for a few key clashes today.
I look forward to some key clashes coming up. Who's mixing next?
Oh, I guess that's me.
Jamie.
All right. Take it away, Mr. Stevens. Great choice, Danny. Thank you.
It's a major key, but it says F sharp minor.
Under the bus.
I trust Danny more than I do mixing key. Yeah.
You got Jamie Stevens, Kasey Taylor, and Danny Bonnici on Coburg up late. Stay locked.
I played in Hobart a few weeks ago now.
Nice.
Yeah, and I played 4 tracks in a row that were all major key, and it was crazy the energy. I just play like a whole seamless mix of major key tracks.
What do you notice when you play all major? Like what? Like you say, crazy the energy.
Well,
What?
when you come from like more minor keys
Yeah.
into like a major key, like a half an hour of a major key track.
Yeah.
Really lifts the room. Yeah.
Most of the stuff that I've been writing lately has all been in major key.
Yeah.
Guy Barone's writing a lot of major keys.
Yeah.
Guy Barone's.
I find like obviously major keys are more like musical and more uplifting and
As you can hear.
Would you say there's an importance to stay varied between your major and minor to keep people locked? Like give people a sense of.
Yeah, I think you just got to see what's happening in the crowd and then judge it by what you see.
Depends where you're playing, yeah.
You were down in Hobart, you're like, you cunts are so cold and so dark for so long, I'm going to give you 4 major songs in a row.
It was a 4-hour set, so...
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
4-hour set can do what you want.
I love that synth, Danny. Waka, 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 waka. Sounds major to me. I reckon mixed in key is wrong. Mixed in key is majorly wrong. Love that arpeggiator. The hallmark of a good prog song for me is just a strong arpeggio. Hernan does that. You know, shitloads of... In an hour-long chunk of his residence set, if I don't get any arpeggio, I want my money back. It's a free set, by the way, but can't you owe me? I'm just kidding, Hernan. I hope to have you on the show one day. Jamie Stevens, do you know how expensive they are? Hernan, you owe me. Jamie, you owe me. Come to my house and break my shit.
Like a true master coming in.
Love that shaker.
He's got to start jumping up and down in a sec.
Start? I gotta stop.
Proper Jamie style. He's like the Jack in a Box.
You describe the Jack in the Box? Is that legit? Oh.
Mad, love the drums on this one.
That's your side now, Danny. You're on that side. You're not hiding, Kasey. Get on the mic.
I'll just hide in the back here. Do a few fist pumps.
So straight away, I'm hearing a very modern prog sound. Now, boys, you guys have come from like classic prog, where it was very much more computerized. It was much more associated with, I guess, what people call techno now. Where do you stand with the evolution of progressive? Because you're all making very contemporary, modern-sounding music now. You've been through the changes. What do you have feelings on the state of progressive now, as opposed to the sounds of yesteryear? Is there a place for those like heavily computerized prog noises? Like these days, prog it's like super clean production, whereas that hasn't always been the case.
And that's the difference, I think, yeah? It's where technologies come and how good plugins and our doors
Samples.
have got it. And samples, all
Yeah.
of the
Drag and
stuff.
drop samples.
The drum
Yeah.
samples, right? Like organic like shaker and stuff.
Exactly. So the major difference is not the feeling, I think, of the music, but rather how clean and how well produced it is.
Oh, that's interesting. So is prog's a feeling?
It's a feeling, yeah.
Well, that's funny. I think Sasha said that it's kind of hard to hear demos nowadays, to hear through the production and actually hear, is this actually a good track or is it just sound?
Oh, wow.
So a good production can kind of mask some of those.
Yeah.
I totally agree, yeah.
Much easier to make a good sounding track
Yep.
now. Back then, roughness.
Yeah.
But with that roughness, there's a kind of authenticity there as well.
Yep.
There's like
that's true.
you had to have a good idea for it to work.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, it's a blessing that people can make that it's so accessible to make really high quality productions now. But unfortunately, it means there's a lot more shit to sift through as well, right?
Agreed, yeah.
There's a lot of shit out there back then as well. You had to go through vinyl and go, you go through the track and go. But you have like 1,000 more releases a day, so
Yeah.
there's a lot more to go through. for
Yeah.
Sure.
I always say that these days, as you were saying, there's a lot more shit to go through. Like back in the day, when you had something on vinyl, you had to sell an X amount of copies for it to be worth it. So the track had to be strong enough. If it wasn't strong enough, you would lose money. So back in the day, every track that came, not every track, but like a lot of percentage of tracks that came out on vinyl, a lot more were better than they weren't. Whereas these days, everything is just like, you know what I mean? It's so, the percentage is a lot lower.
It's a quality control thing. It's like opening a cafe in Melbourne now. You don't exist longer than 2 weeks unless you make the fucking best coffee there is.
So, funnily enough, we just realised that. Okay, so this is actually a track that. Okay, so this is a track that I made with Meeting Molly. That's coming out soon. On Mango Alley.
Here we go.
Mango Alley. And Kasey's done a remix,
You've done a remix?
and he's mixing it in now.
No way!
And he just realised.
I didn't realise it. I was just like, oh shit, when I heard the melody and the breakdown, I was like, oh fuck, that's what I'm about to play.
It kind of sounds like this.
So just to point out, I guess the reference of what's going on now, I think just the very fact that we can have three legends of progressive house just choosing to play some of their favourite songs, and they happen to be also by other people standing in the same room, really points to, I suppose, the legacy that is here. If Coburg was to be bombed right now, we'd lose a serious slice of Aussie history. Just imagine if they didn't mix together.
Seriously wrong.
You'd hate for a key clash on these two.
You had one job, Kasey. Kasey's opting for a long mix. What's your plan of attack over here?
It was a long mix because I was just like, it's the same record as this one, so I was just like, just get it in.
So yeah, this is Kasey's remix of this collab that I did. Absolutely nailed it.
Is the remix on the same release?
Yeah, will be.
I hope so.
I hope so, otherwise someone's fucked it up.
Yeah, it's remixed by The Wash, Hickey and Kalo. I think that's it. Kasey,
I could hear Guy J rinsing this.
You reckon?
This is a big guy groove. I think because he's hard on the shakers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's a lot of layers of percussion on this.
Hey, Jamie, got a microphone?
I do now, Callum.
Are you about to put out your a solo record under your own name?
I am, yeah.
A bit down tempo, a little bit different to what you've done before.
It is pretty different. It's basically an album. Like,
Oh, nice. Like a true artist.
It's the stuff I can't really make as a club record. It's
Hey,
stuff I
Jenny.
love making.
Wait. I'm sorry. I do want to hear this, but Danny's jumped in. Do I not exist? What am I, chopped liver? Yeah, explain yourself.
They just told me to get on.
Oh, this is your fault. Jamie's like,
might-
wait,
that might
I'll
have been me.
distract I'll distract him. We'll talk about my record. Now, if you don't mind, look, I want to play one song. I get it. You all want to see these guys like they're industry legends. Well, legend schmegends. Give me a go. All right? Tell us about the record, Jamie.
Are you sure? Yeah, so it's an album of just, I wouldn't say it's all down tempo, but it's a lot more musical, atmospheric, beautiful, and yeah, emotional. It's kind of my challenge to myself is to make something that would stand up as an album over time. So I grew up with albums, I grew up listening to albums, sitting with headphones, listening for an hour being...
It's kind of sad that the album as an art form is kind of being pushed to the side. Like, obviously people are still making them if they really want to, but it's not the norm anymore.
Yeah, which I just made one.
Yeah, that's sad that it's like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of going against the grain making one now. So it's coming out on vinyl as well. So it's kind of like a big risk, but
I actually respect that. That's because you really fucking want to do it, though.
yeah. I just, over all this time, like obviously I made albums with Illusion, but I just had all these ideas for making more cinematic and atmospheric music. I just thought the place for it is an album. So yeah, it comes out in August. I've got some singles leading up.
So keep an ear out for the new Jamie Stevens record.
I think later on I'll play a track from it. So good.
You did good, Kasey. Conversation on camera without a microphone. Jamie, sort these guys out, please.
Sorry, we were just talking about how this mix came together. Yep.
Oh, that sounds like something that no one would be interested in.
Well, you know what? I just thought that Jamie had spoken over this already enough, talking about his album, that I should, let the track breathe.
Agreed. Tell us.
That was my thought process.
No, tell us about it. Come on.
What, this remix?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds a little bit like the original.
God, obviously.
It's slightly a little bit the same as the original, but different. It's the excursion on the version kind of thing.
If you were ever wondering what a remix is, you've just got the most succinct
that's
articulation.
It right there. It's the simple way of explaining it. Cheeky little mix, wasn't it?
Cheeky's a very generous word for a shit mix.
You didn't even use the flange button.
Kasey, I first heard this song.
Here we go.
In the Kasey Taylor Balance Croatia podcast on SoundCloud. Go check it out. It's a fantastic. It's like 2-3 hours of music, right?
Just under 3 hours.
Yeah, he loves a journey, doesn't he?
I do like the journey.
He does like a journey. I heard this.
I like to do mixes that I like to. Like when I play out.
Awesome.
So obviously I don't like playing for an hour, so I'm kind of against the 1 hour mixes.
Yeah.
For that reason.
I feel that. That'll probably be a resounding sentiment in this room.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I heard this track.
So yeah, you originally heard this track.
And I tried to Shazam it, which is how I get a lot of my music. I Shazam mixes. It wasn't coming up on Shazam, and it was the case of, and I'm sure a lot of people watching can relate to this, where you must have that song. You must. You simply must. So I sent a voice note to Kasey, my Facebook friend at the time, and said, Kasey, I must know what this song is. Please give it to me, and I'll...
You did say something else.
Yeah, do you remember what it was?
Something that you'd do something to my willy if I gave it to you?
But I believe there was the promise, there was some kind of an exchange, a physical exchange.
There was a sexual exchange for this track.
Now, Kasey, bless him, you told me that this is...
I said I'd just give him the track without the sexual exchange.
So thank you so much for that. Look, if you play your cards right, you might get that sexual exchange later. This is Guy Barone, an amazing Italian producer. I think one of the best producers in the world, personally.
Agreed.
I concur.
And you're DJing with him back-to-back on the beach at Balance, Croatia.
That's right. Yep, can't wait. From 10 to 1.
Yep.
And this is forthcoming on Vapour. And
When's it coming out?
August the 25th, I believe.
Excellent. How did you link up with Guy?
I actually heard one of his tracks at a, I can't even remember where, actually, no, I do remember.
Maybe come over here.
Which way do you want me?
I mean, I want you every which way.
Now I'm tangling.
It depends what, define what want me.
Well, I'm tangling Danny up now. No, I think it was during one of Patrice's sets, actually. He dropped this track called Unravel Me.
Nice.
I can't remember the original artist now, but it was just one of those tracks that in that moment when you're in that scene just fucking blew you away. And then I heard more stuff of his, kept on hearing it, and I just reached out to him and I just said, loving what you're doing. Would love to get something for you, from you for the label. And then, just the talk of collaborations and that came up and we just got underway and now we pretty much have like an album's worth of stuff under our sleeve. So stay
Incredible.
tuned.
Stay tuned. And guys, can we just all have a little moment? Come on, feel this. Guy Barone at his best.
shy. Well, he's not camera shy.
Off camera, I'm like, would you like a cup of tea? Hey, Kasey, grab a mic.
Hey, yo.
We keep tangling poor Danny.
Shit, I've done it again.
Last
Now
time,
they want me in the middle. Now I'm going to tangle him again.
last time I saw you
Don't worry, mate.
was at the Hanan show that Danny reminded me was the last time we were all in the same room together. And I remember what played out like a bit of a soccer match.
Oh, we did.
So what happened?
We had a bit of a soccer match. There was me, Matty Doyle.
Matty Doyle of DMJ and Matter fame.
Yes, the old Meanwhile legends.
Meanwhile,
And there was yourself present.
yes, the least legendary
And
of the three.
Hernan was dropping tracks from Matty, from myself, from Meanwhile, from Vapour, and every time one track went off, Matty would go, yes, fuck yes, this is one from us, 1-0, 1-0, and then he'd be pointing at me going, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. And then
It was a 5-hour set, so it was a nail-biting game.
I actually think he got 3-0 up, and I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
And you'd had nothing.
And,
You hadn't kicked a single goal.
And anyway, I hadn't kicked a single goal yet, and then somehow we got back to 5-3 in my favour. We got 5 in a row nearly.
Wait, you got
So
5
I
in a
was-
row without him getting
without
another
him
one?
getting one. He was like scoreless. And then I was just dancing around. I was on my little high horse.
Yeah. He
I
was
thinking,
celebrating.
I was thinking, I've got you, you sucker. I've got you. And then by the end of it, it was 5-all. But to be fair, the 5th one was a remix that I did for them on their label. So I'm claiming that.
So who gets that? Do you both?
No, that's equal. It's an equal win.
Okay, well that's really sweet though.
That's a draw. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of love between all of us and both our labels.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, that's a great story. But while Matty doesn't have a microphone, you're allowed to sledge him now if you want.
No, that's all right. No, lots of love.
This next track
We've forgotten this next.
is Jamie and me.
A weapon.
Ah.
Yes.
How long?
I basically said to Danny, if you don't play this today, I'm playing it.
So this is a really good story. I rang Jamie up and I said, I want to make a tune that nobody's made before.
Good brief.
Like no one.
Like
Just imagine
nobody.
getting to the end of a 12-hour studio day and go,
Like-
it's beautiful. Fuck, it's Avicii levels.
So I'm like, I got a saxophone player in. Well, I said to you, I always want to do a track which had like a sax player, but was like proper,
abstract.
like swells and like avant-garde,
Like jazzy.
like Coltrane kind of. So this is. Yeah, so I found this session player through a mate of mine. His name's David Hicks, very well known in the Melbourne muso scene. And he actually did a thesis on avant-garde saxophone playing at Melbourne University while he was younger. And he said, yeah, sure, I can do that. And so he played all this stuff and we just improvised over the track that we made. And he absolutely freaking nailed it. Yeah,
Did
it's
you
amazing.
just say, hey, we're just going to hit play, we're going to hit record, and then you just chopped out your favourite bits? Or?
He said Wilder.
Wilder!
Yeah.
The director in the corner, give me more, darling, Wilder!
Yeah, so when you listen to... Yeah, you go for it, James. Comes up here. Yeah, when it comes up to the breakdown.
That's the next one.
So he's gone from all full abstract here and then he brings it into melody just through the break. That's awesome. It's really, really good.
And Jamie, you're up.
Good job.
Hands up, boys! awesome. Now this is what I love about dance music. You haven't introduced. You spent 3 minutes, or maybe even longer. You spent almost 5 minutes building that idea, and then you introduce like the new little cherry on top. You get the song in 2 parts then, you know? When's it coming out?
This will come out on balance eventually. We haven't picked it yet. This is months and months away, I think.
They beat me to it.
Oh, you were going to play this?
No, I was going to sign it. I got beat to it.
Yeah,
well done, Tom.
I think we achieved our goal, though, of trying to create something that's just different and not the same as everything that's out there at the moment.
Well done. Hey, Danny, grab a microphone. You seem pretty natural with the mic in your hand.
Oh, yep.
And that's because you are the vocalist of pioneering Australian dance troupe New Breed.
Correct.
I would love to hear about your history with singing, how you got involved with commandeering a microphone on that. Were you producing as well? What's the background there?
I've always been producing since I was very young, like maybe 13, 14 years old. Back then we were using Atari 1040 STs, Notator, cracks of Cubase on a floppy disk. Anything we could get our hands on to make music, really. Juno 106, that kind of thing. And anyways, so we're always making music. I was always making music, but then I also studied music at school and went and did a degree in music jazz. So I was singing, playing piano in bars. I was playing in rock bands, all that kind of stuff. So I was singing, singing from very young. And then, one day when I met up with Mike and Jace that were basically more of the R&B hip hop side of things. And we got together and we said, hey, we should write some new stuff that's never been made before.
Were you listening to dance music at the time?
Yes, we were, but it was more like psytrance and really, really early trance kind of records. This is a tune, by the way.
Jamie's like, fuck your story.
This is one of my favourites of Jamie's records.
We'll get on to that.
We'll get on to that quickly. I'm going to wrap this up because it's a tune.
Yep.
Anyways, we ended up going to Sunny Side Up. Phil K was the first person we heard play break beat. And breaks were very, very new at the time. It was a new sound, and we said, we're going to jump on this and smash the world with a completely different new sound.
Fuck yeah.
And that's what we did. That's it.
And you released a breaks album as well, Y4K.
Y4K. We released an album on Mob Records as well.
Yep.
Vicious
The
Vinyl in
original?
Australia. The original, yeah.
Yep.
And we did a bunch of remixes, loads of things.
Yeah, cool. Where is the state of breaks right now in the world and Melbourne?
I'm not sure in Melbourne. There's like a few things happening. Jamie's
Breaks.
bringing it back.
Good segue.
But yeah. Let's maybe have a listen to his tune.
Jamie, you want to tell us what you've done here?
Okay. So, I like this a bit.
This reminds me of the breaks track you made with Buddha Kid. What's it called? You made a break. It's a similar beat to this. It's got a broken beat over for the floor. Yeah.
So this is a track from my album. They're kind of like fusion of like shoegaze kind of textural stuff with a broken beat. trying to make something really emotive. Like it came out really quickly. Actually, I just experimenting with some polyrhythmic sequences.
That's a good sign, right? When it comes out quickly, it's usually meant to.
All those background chords.
Sure.
All those really kind of distorted background chords. They're all kind of one take on the keyboard. And the bass line as well.
Were you improvising?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's called Tassolem, and Guy J's on a remix of it as well.
Oh, fantastic. Is that going to be? Are you going to put that on the same release?
No, that'll be on a single after the album comes.
Yeah, cool.
So good. I just realised that the last how many tracks are there all? Okay, so
Talk to us, Jamie. What's going on? What's so funny?
so this is a remix that Guy Barone did of a track that Kasey and I made together.
We're doing lots of swapsies. Yeah, we do. We're just missing Guy Barone.
Can you invite him, please?
Sorry, Guy. We'd love to have you here,
Legit.
and we will one day.
That's right. You'll make that happen, won't you, Kasey?
I will make that happen. But no, this is a track that Jamie and I did a year or a year and a half ago now, something like that. It was actually on one of the score sheets from the Herndon gig.
Ah, really?
This was one of the 5 alls,
Yeah,
not
cool.
this version. He actually played our original. But
I
this
think
is-
I remember hearing the original. Is the original kind of dark?
Very dark.
Yeah.
I remember.
And yeah, this is Guy's mix of it, which is magnificent.
It's weird. I've got such a. Go on.
Okay, so speaking of major keys again.
No, I'm done. Oh, he wants to play courteous now. No, I didn't explain it earlier. You're up. I'm going to let the boys shine. We got 18 minutes left. We've got Jamie Stevens, Kasey Taylor, and Danny Bonnici on Coburg Upload, and it's an absolute honour. Thank you so much, boys. Kasey's just asked me.
Oh, here we go.
So Kasey.
I'm going to say this just before
Yeah.
this goes any further. I know there's a potential stitch up coming
Kasey is.
because I stitched Ferg up in the oddness one. Sorry, Ferg. I really didn't. It was actually Anthea that stitched you up, not me.
Mate, you
I just
messaged.
passed the message on.
You messaged me 15 minutes before Ferg arrived, telling me like a very damning story about him and saying, I want you to stitch him up. And you're like, sorry, I didn't mean to.
I did mean to.
So Kasey.
But it was all in the name of fun.
That's right. I know you're waiting for a stitch up.
I said to Ferg, I said, I'm waiting for it.
Ferg is maybe more a gentleman than you because he hasn't messaged me.
It's probably 'cause he's forgotten.
I do have a potential stitch up for Jamie, but it's.
Hey! And I'll pass the microphone.
Yeah. Now this is it's just a question. No. Come on. This is I've heard this on the grapevine. Did you dance with Madonna?
What?
Have you been on a dance floor with Madonna?
Have I?
You're meant to be like, oh my god, how did you know? Is that you actually have no recollection of this?
Oh, now I do.
Go on. Do you actually, or you don't?
In New York.
Well, I don't know. The only question I have is, did you dance with Madonna?
Yes.
I love that there's like there may have been a time, but I'm pretty sure I've forgotten. I'm actually just.
No, I have never danced with Madonna. But you know what?
All right, that's a stitch up. Maybe do you know Jordan Blick? Yeah. He's obviously stitching me up. He says, ask him about the time he danced with Madonna. Stitching me up. right, well, let's just let this drop.
Oh, is he talking? Oh, no. Okay, I know he's talking about now. Yeah, Coachella.
Wait.
Yes. At Coachella. Before, when Daft Punk were playing.
Okay, so you do have a story. Come
I
on.
danced with her.
Okay, so
She was there.
so what happened?
So it was in Fusion at Coachella, and I think it was the next night. And it was when Daft Punk were playing,
Wow.
and we were kind of.
That was the 2007 Alive thing.
That was their very it was before that. It was their very first gig that they did
Yeah.
with the pyramid
Cool.
thing, right? And yes, it was in the crowd, and Madonna was there in the crowd as well.
Was
So,
how close were you to Madonna? That's pretty close.
Yeah.
That's pretty close. So by virtue, we're kind of close to the person that was close to Madonna. 2 degrees of separation.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
It was kind of near the stage.
Yeah.
area.
That's nowhere near as like debaucherous as I thought the story was, but
But I tell you what, this other thing. Weirdly enough, we got this vinyl in the post. This Gloria Gaynor piece of vinyl.
I will survive.
And it was signed saying thanks to everything in Fusion, Gloria. And we're like, what? Gloria Gaynor.
So what had you done?
I had no freaking idea. We still can't work it out.
Oh, but she could have just been thanking you for your musical legacy, which just general thanking.
Just general inspiration.
I mean, that's pretty special to be thanked by her. I mean, she used your name. She knows who she was talking to. She gave she sent it to you?
No, in the post. You got to see in the post. Gloria Gaynor. Hey, Fusion, thanks for everything, Gloria.
A true sign of your humility
Still don't know what that was about.
is that you're surprised by that. So we've just worked out we've got time for 3 more tracks, which means Kasey's closing. Pressure's on, Kasey. How are you gonna wrap this thing up?
Oh, don't worry.
Oh yeah.
She'll be right.
Not your first rodeo, right?
No.
Kasey, do you generally plan sets? Do you?
Nope, not at all.
What's your approach?
My approach is I kind of know obviously I have a set list, but I kind of like get a vibe for what I'm going to be doing. I may know my first track, second, potentially my last, maybe not always.
Yeah.
Everything else is off the cuff. The reason why is because I am a believer of when you plan things, there's not too much magic in there.
Yeah.
I think it's the surprises, and when you go off the cuff, that's when some of the magic can happen.
Absolutely.
Because you can change your ideas and everything mid-set.
Yep.
You know?
I seriously find that the more I get in my own head thinking I need to kind of plan what I'm going to do for like a big occasion, and I feel like really underprepared, they're usually the best gigs.
Exactly.
Well,
like sometimes when I go up there, you go up there and you play your first or second record, and you kind of like, then you're sort of like, okay, well I've done that. Now where do I go? And it's that where do I go that might be unsettling for the 3rd, 4th, 5th track, and then you find your groove. And then once you find your groove, that's when the magic starts.
What's your experience, Danny?
A bit of both. It depends how nervous I am sometimes.
Yep.
Like sometimes I might have the way I do it is like I have like groups of records that I know work together at least.
Oh, like little routines.
Like these 2-3 records work.
I'm the same actually.
Yeah. So that's how I do it. So you can go anywhere, but in groups of 2 or 3.
Yeah, nice. And Jamie, lastly, any last words on the pre-prepared versus the? Because you're playing live a lot as well.
I'm not say a lot. I have done a few gigs here and there. Like the last time I did was last year.
Yep.
But I don't often. Like Danny said, the preparation involved in doing a live set is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of work. But when I'm DJing, it's really about just knowing your records really well.
Yeah.
Just really kind of listening to your records over and over again, getting the feel for what's there.
I feel like that's the unsung hero of DJing is not just having good records, but understanding
knowing
them.
Knowing
them.
And sometimes you don't know, Hernan was saying this to me before, saying sometimes you don't know the power of them until you play them out. And you go, oh, I actually thought that was a deeper record than it is. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And are you ever surprised? I'm sometimes surprised by records I don't think are going to work, and then maybe I'm watching a YouTube video of a set and I see something that works, and I sort of go, no, that's going in the catalogue.
And sometimes when you mix things intuitively, not thinking about keys or anything like that, it just works so beautifully because you're thinking about the pushing of the track.
Yep.
When you blend them together live,
it
works so beautifully.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So this record I'm playing is from Michael Bennett. Pretty new to the scene, but he's been making fantastic records.
Where's Michael from?
He's originally from the UK, but he lived in Sydney, but now he's moved down to Melbourne.
He's just like, what? There's nothing going on here.
So this is his record that's coming out on Zero Tolerance next week.
I better release this episode soon because there's some very current shit being played.
Yeah. So this is Shinkansen, but he just got back from Japan, so got a bit of a Japanese thing going on. Great tune. Look out for Michael in the future. He's a real talent.
He's also a very talented cameraman.
All right, Sam, you've lost your job.
He's a documentary maker.
Whoa! Fuck, I'm excited hearing music like this and knowing this is the knife's edge. This is fresh, you know? This is pushing prog forwards. Did you say this is going on Zero Tolerance? Perfect. It's got that darkness, the depth.
Yeah, coming out next week on Zero Tape.
I like that it's still not a 4 to the floor completely. It's got a bit more going on. Can we just get a shot of Matty Doyle over here? Look at this man. He's loving it over here. If you've got something to say to each other, you've got something to say to the whole class.
Oh, we're talking about keys again.
We're listening to the key clashes.
Yeah, let's talk about key clashes.
Because I've got the last one, so I'm like, I'm going to fuck the last mix up.
I love that. You're suddenly precious about keys. It's true.
Well, I'm not precious about it. Like, it is, like, I don't use it as... You should use that as a guide.
Yep.
Not the Bible, but as a guide.
Yep.
Like, because sometimes you do just need to cross keys.
Totally,
you know?
totally. Yeah.
It's all about the vibe at the end of the day.
Yep.
But obviously the keys is like helps you get there.
Would you say it's don't let the key restrict your decision?
Absolutely.
But let it help your decision. Say you've got 3 songs which would be good and 2 of them are in key. Pick those 2. But if you've just got 3 songs and just pick whichever's going to be good.
As you'll see next, hopefully.
Pressure's on.
So this is the next single So I've got a single out now called Tell You Later with Wilma playing cello.
Can you tell us now? Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is the next single, and this is the Nick Warren and Nicolas Rada remix they did for me.
Can I just say how blown away I am that you have literally the biggest names in dance music in the world just casually remixing you?
It's not something that goes unnoticed. It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
And it's well deserved. And it's such an honour to share this, to breathe the same air as you, Jamie.
Smoke machine.
What did the boys do? How did they change it?
Well, the original's pretty low key and slower.
Oh, yeah.
Very textural.
So they've dancified it.
And they've jacked it up. They've used the vocals from it. And made it more of a club track.
Nice.
Kind of the intention of the best thing about the album is like there's always going to be remixes
Yep.
for the club.
Yep.
But the album works.
And as a man that's existed in both worlds, both like the ambient, atmospheric, but also the dance floor and the club, this is a very general question, but do you have a preference?
No, definitely both.
Get a microphone? No preference for you? You're just like music's music?
Good music. Good music.
Yeah. I mean, I want
Say
to
whatever
agree.
feels good.
I want to agree with you. I want to, but I'm also just like, give me the fucking dance floor. Like,
At that time, there's something about just listening to an album, of, singing, like putting headphones on.
Yeah,
just
true.
Listening to just beautiful, great music.
it's true because not everything is about dancing either.
No, it's not.
Man, I'm happy to drop an ambient record if I have to. Fuck it, why not? It's good.
You're opening up the stage on the Saturday at Balance Croatia.
Yeah.
With that comes freedom. Will
Yeah.
you be starting with a bit of ambience?
I'm gonna start with breaks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Break them in.
Yeah.
We were just saying how the set's been really good so far. And you're like, I fucking know, it's all brand new, right?
It's all brand new, yeah.
So this is what I'm talking about being unprepared.
Yeah.
But it still just works.
Totally.
Totally.
Whereas if we'd overthought it, I don't, and to Casey's point, there wouldn't have been any room for magic, you know? Yeah. Hey, before we head off, guys, does anyone have anything else to plug? Anything else coming up that they want to let the people know at home? You know, you've obviously got an album coming up. You're all playing on the beach in Croatia in a month or so. What's next for you, Danny?
What's next? That's a good question. I've been writing a lot of records
Yeah.
for this gig coming up, so I got to find a lot of homes for things. I've actually been sending records to all my mates and going, what label should I sign this to? And Jamie just sent me a message today going, ha ha ha.
That old chestnut. Like it's something that we all kind of struggle with, like making tracks going, where should we send this?
Where do we send this record?
What home should this have?
So yeah, but that's a good problem to have.
I know two pretty good Aussie labels. Meanwhile, Vapour, baby.
So that's great. So at Balance Croatia, people can expect a lot of your music.
A lot, yeah, a lot of my own stuff.
Same.
Some retro stuff too. And some classics as well.
Awesome. Jamie, you said you're going to do a lot of original content too?
Yeah, writing a lot of material for it. I know Kasey's the same. You know, like what better place can kind of showcase your own music? Like,
Awesome.
It's your personality. You know?
Fantastic. And I'm the only hack in the room that's just playing other people's music.
And you do it bloody well. So,
Oh, thank you, sir. While you're mixing, what's coming up for Kasey?
Hopefully not a key clash.
I don't think there's any getting away from that.
great record. Unreleased. This is another homegrown talent, DOPPEL.
Is it on Vapour?
It will be.
Sick. We've had DOPPEL in this room. Shout out to Andy McMillan.
Shameless promotion.
This record is so good. I just want to say this record is so good that Jamie and I both jumped at the chance to remix it.
No, this was the quickest remix package I've ever got back in my life. I played it to Jamie. Within 2 days, I had a remix back. The same 2 days after, I had one back from Danny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was unreal.
The original is so good.
Yeah.
And Kasey just said, here's some stuff from DOPPEL.
Is this the original?
Yeah, this is the original. Yeah.
the original?
Yeah, this is the original. Yeah, but Jamie's done a mix. Danny's done a mix. And
it's on your record label.
And it's going to be out on Vapour sometime when I can organise with these fuckers when it's not clashing with their other releases.
Story of my life for the last 2 years.
Shout out to the prodigy from Canberra, Andy McMillan. Oh, I'm excited to hear it, and I also love seeing on my CDJs the word mastered, because that means you're literally getting the song that was sent from the artist. Very cool.
At least
Or
these
from
vocals.
me.
These vocals are just, oh my god. That's why we jumped at remixing this. The vocals are just so beautiful, as well as the rest of the production. The vocals are amazing.
It's like New World and Old World combined. Those vocals are old prog. And the organic house is, it speaks for itself.
Do you know if there's a male vocal under her, or is it just it is male?
Yep.
Is it just pitched down her, or is it Andy, or is it another guy, or?
It's pitched cheekily, yes.
The main vocal is pitched up male. Get the fuck out.
There's
Really?
a bit of pitched up male, female. It's all sort of happening.
It's a gender
very
fluid
slow.
vocal.
I thought it was a female, but
No.
maybe with a pitched up.
Yeah. There is female, yeah.
There is female.
Yeah,
Can
there
you
is,
stop
there
being
is.
so cryptic? What
I'm
are
not
you
being
listening to?
cryptic.
Oh, what am I listening to? God damn it!
There's also Leprechaun mixed with
Leprechaun.
A male leprechaun. Hey, just before the last breakdown, Kasey, quickly, what's coming up next for you, man?
Right, so we've obviously got... I'm in the studio heaps, just like the other boys, just doing stuff. I'm doing heaps of stuff with Barone, heaps of remixes myself. Well, actually less on the remixes, but just like for people like Jamie and Danny and Maddie and Gav and like the Aussie peeps, I sort of do that sort of stuff. But then other than that, I'm doing no external sort of remixes this year. I'm concentrating on my own stuff with Guy.
Hang on, look, the moment's coming. You want to boogie with me, people?
And then then it's Balance Croatia, and then it's ADE, baby.
Oh, and you're looking to move back to Europe.
Eventually.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
awesome.
in the planning eventually. Yep.
Because you lived in Europe.
I lived in Portugal for 10 years.
Excellent.
Yep. And I would love to go back there at some point. Yeah.
Portugal calling again?
Yeah, it is.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Something about asking you in mid-June in Melbourne. Probably a good reason to head back to Portugal.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No,
Well,
I love it.
Well, thank you so much, Jamie.
Thank you,
It's
Callum.
been a pleasure. Thank you, Kasey.
Thank you,
Danny.
mate. Thanks for having us.
Come on, give us a hug, boys. Right, I've got to do an outro now. Very DOPPEL bass line and percussion there.
He's always good at bass lines.
He's definitely got his own sound.
Yeah.
Remember, whatever you do, may you do it with passion. And may we all truly endeavour to be kind to each other, the world around us, and ourselves. I've been DJ Be Kind to Other People with Jamie Stevens, Danny Bonnici, and Kasey Taylor. Play nice!